So, welcome back to the Chillin with Dylan podcast, where we're spilling all the real tea. So, I'm super excited. So, this is my first episode that I'm filming with a special guest, and today's special guest is Miss Brittany Goss.
Good morning.
Brittany is an agent with us here at Keller Williams. She's also one of my PC peeps, so she's been killing it, doing a great job, getting things up and going. So, basically, Brittany, we're just going to talk a little bit about you, who you are, how you got here, what real estate's been like for you thus far. Okay. So we'll just dive on in. So just kind of tell me, how'd you get into real estate to start with?
So basically I was in residential home building for about 14 years and always kind of had a curiosity about the sales side. So I left in 2008. Everything kind of went kaput. Y'all know that.
Yeah.
And then I had my third son in 2012, so I left the company then, stayed home with him for a year, and then got into orthodontic consulting. Totally different.
Those are just like right next to each other.
So did that for a dear friend for about 7 years, and then said, I'm going to get my real estate license. Saw things picking back up, and decided I was going to jump in and do it. And I haven't looked back, and I love every second of it. Excited.
So what year was it that you actually got your license then?
So 2023 was when I actually got my license.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so
then,
all things were still moving along pretty well with everything. So
it wasn't like I didn't get it in the crazy years.
Right. I wasn't sure if you came in like in the cocoa times when it was crazy up in there with everything.
No, not at all.
Okay.
So 2023 worked for a different broker for about a year and a half, and then learned so many things from him. So thankful for him. And then came over here with Dylan and the team.
And here we are.
And Keller Williams. And I love it. And I'm so proud of myself for jumping and doing it, and just seeing a lot of growth with myself as well. Just getting out of my comfort zone with things, trying new things, cold calling people, and just putting myself out there. And it's pretty much changed my life.
Right. So you've been here at KW how long now? Okay, I knew it was like summer.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're like 6 months in.
Yeah.
Ish.
6
Okay.
months in, yeah.
One of the reasons that I wanted you to be one of the first guest people on here is because you literally show up to everything.
Oh, thank you.
Brittany is the poster child of what we need to have happening in here, because she plugs in, she comes, and she's getting results, getting stuff up and going. So, let me ask you this. So, taking you back to when you first got your license, so a couple years ago now, what would you say was the biggest challenge starting out for you in like 2023 coming into it?
I think the biggest challenge was I was still working a full-time job, and so I wasn't able to really engage in like the classes, coming to the office, those types of things. So
were you still doing the like orthodontic?
I was doing the orthodontic consulting.
Stuff? Okay,
yes,
gotcha.
and I was doing that full time.
Was that like a sales job? Is that?
It was more like customer support.
Okay.
And tech support for orthodontics across the country.
Okay.
So that's basically what it was. But they ended up selling to, it was a local lady that owned it. They ended up selling to a corporation. And so I just, just felt like I was outgrowing it basically. Yeah. And it's just, and I was, at home because we were all working remotely.
Right.
Because the corporation was based in California. So we're all working remotely, and I just, I really I enjoy people. I enjoy getting out. I enjoy talking to people and meeting with people. So perfect for real estate.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's half the battle, is just being able to talk to people. I mean, seriously.
Period, yeah.
I mean, if people could just get out there and make friends and just be like, yo, by the way, you need a house. I mean, that's literally, that sounds basic, but we're a relationship business at the end of the day. That's where it all starts and ends with all of this.
So I think, though, just to give a shout out to you guys for, having the classes, having the collaboration, having the support. There's 24-hour support. Like, don't call Dylan at midnight, but he might answer. He probably will answer.
I've done it before.
I think just the collaboration and the support that I feel here has just helped me to build the confidence to grow. And there's a class regarding everything that you could think of. You're not just like, oh, you got your license, great, sign this paper, go sell some houses. Here, you're really brought in and supported. So I want to give a big shout out to Keller Williams for doing that.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. That's the goal. That's what we're trying to make happen with all of it, or are making happen with all of it.
Yeah.
So, I know with you only being here for a couple of months, I mean, you've already gotten a few things up and going. You've had a closing or two since you got started.
So some listings.
Tell me a little bit more about kind of what your business looks like right now.
I think I'm just trying to, basically connect with people, connect with my database, try to get everybody to realize and understand that I am out here selling real estate, just trying to put my name out there, and then hopefully I have a house now that's listed. It's been on the market not crazy long, maybe like 20 days. So working on that, working with several buyers, and trying to just really get a grasp on understanding, especially with first-time home buyers, what they really need to have to come to the table to make that transaction happen. I'm trying to get a better understanding on that process.
Yeah.
So, and just really diving in and hopefully killing it in 2026.
So that's a great lead into my next question, which was going to be, so when this is launching and getting out there to the world, it should be 2026, and we actually have this up and going, so we're getting ahead of the game in pre-recording. But have you already kind of thought through, I know you've been through business planning with us and done all that stuff. Tell me kind of what your goals look like for next year, for 2026, and what are the things that you're doing to kind of prep for that right now? I know what you kind of just said with like reaching out to your database, not hiding your lot under a bushel, all those types of things.
I mean, I'm hoping, I would love to have 25 closings next year. Like, that's my big goal. 12 would be awesome, once a month. So just really trying to line up, talking to people, getting a feel of their timeline and really understanding their timeline. So I can put that on the calendar, like, okay, this is going to happen in January. This is going to happen in February. This is going to happen in March. And really trying to dive in and concentrate on the importance of dates and the importance of following up with people.
Yeah. And that's a big thing that we preach a lot, because a lot of times what happens with agents, especially when you're getting started in this business, is you get that first transaction or two, and that's like your focus. It's like stop, drop, and roll. Like, we getting this listing sold, we getting this buyer to the table, all those things. And a lot of that lead gen and that follow-up stuff falls to the wayside. Right. So then you have a great month where you have a closing, and it's like, look, I just made 10 grand. This is awesome. And now we're back to square one, and we ain't got nobody to keep it going.
Right.
So, and you're doing great with that as far as showing up and doing the lead gen and doing all the things. And that's what it takes to really keep the business going. Like, we have to always be prospecting. We have to always be looking for that next piece of business on there.
Absolutely.
And again, it is a relationship business, so when we're talking through this, I don't want that to come across as like, oh, we're used car salesmen or anything.
No,
that's not the vibe at all. But we have to make sure that for a business to be sustainable, that we have multiple things going at any given time.
Right.
So, and if you're watching this and you're in real estate, if you're thinking about getting in real estate, that is number one piece of advice that I would give you, is that you have to constantly be talking to people, be finding new people. Like, your database should be growing every single day. Like, we're sitting in here doing this. We just walked out of lead gen power hour. And that's what we were sitting in there doing. So Brittany was showing up and showing out today for us to work on some stuff with her. What did you work on today?
I was just kind of going through my Facebook profile and just kind of reaching out to people that I haven't really, talked to in a couple months, and just kind of saying, hey, hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Yeah. Let's connect in January. Things like that. Just trying to get. But basically today I was kind of just more in a mode of just like hitting people up on Facebook. Right. Some days you're not like, you want to call everybody, but some days you do, some days you don't. Right. You just do what you can.
Yeah. And you've got to switch it up on there. At least for me. Like, I don't want to sit there and do the same thing every single time. So like last week, I worked on newsletter stuff, getting that put together. Today I was also working on Facebook. So if you ever thought about getting, into the FBI, but that wasn't for you, real estate could definitely be your thing. Yes. Because I was sitting there Facebook stalking everybody and like going to everybody's profile that I had and was like, when's your birthday? Let me get your info. Let me see what you got public out here for it to update my database. But that really is part of it.
It's so true.
So, and those are the kind of things, at least for me right now, and I'm sure for you too, like going into next year, I really want to focus a lot on the database side of things, getting that really jammed out, and also having like a structure around lead generation and follow-up, because another big thing that we preach all the time is systems.
Systems.
And if you have because if you've got a system in place for it, everything becomes a lot more scalable. So when you're starting in real estate, and you know this from your first couple of transactions, it's like you're walking in blind with a lot of it, because your pre-license course is great, but it teaches you how to stay out of jail. It does not teach you how to sell real estate. And so we come in to really bring in like the real life part of it. So like, this is how you find business. This is how you negotiate. This is how contracts actually work. And your first transaction or two, it's just like, I'm going to fake it till I make it. And like, let's just try to get through with all of it. But once you go through that, anything that you can do to kind of simplify it, so like if you're sending the same email over and over again, great, like let's make it a template, it's ready to go for the next go round. The newsletter stuff's like, that's something that I'm working on to get ready for next year. Birthdays is a big thing I want to hit. It's like, I really want to be able to send out birthday cards, because who doesn't love getting a birthday card, right? So this is a great time of year, I feel like, for any real estate agent, any business owner, even not just in real estate, to really be diving in, figuring out what that's going to look like for next year, and starting to piece all of it together. January, you're ready to roll.
Right.
And we're basically like living in January right now, because in real estate,
we are, because we are 30 days
out.
45 days out.
Right.
So whatever we do now is going to probably happen in January.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And, there's that saying that real estate agents go to sleep as pumpkins and they wake up as Easter bunnies, because everybody gets these holidays. And when you're a business owner,
you got to keep pushing.
Right. It gets busy and things happen, but you have got to have your ducks in a row if you want to keep it growing and keep everything going on there. And, so 25 transactions a year, so like that's 2 a month essentially that we're looking at. Yeah. So for Brittany, like, we've got to be getting people up and rolling, so she's got 2 things ready to close for January, which means they need to be getting under contract in December, which means the agreements need to be happening right now, which they are. Yeah. I mean, you've gotten a lot of people that have fallen out of the sky for you, like getting ready to go to do something. Yeah. So we just got to kind of keep that train moving on down the tracks with everything. So what advice would you give to a new real estate agent, somebody who's like brand new walking in?
Yeah. I would give advice. My advice would be to basically reach out for help, reach out for support, ask questions, show up to all of these classes, do it, show up. You will get so much support and you will learn so many things. Another piece of advice I would give would be to reach out to the top producing agents in this company. They are all amazing. They're all helpful. They are all wonderful. They have great advice, and just kind of follow their lead and shoot for the stars. That's it.
I mean, seriously, it sounds basic, a lot of this stuff that we're talking about, and yet, like, nobody succeeds alone. That's a big thing for us. And there's no such thing as a dumb question when you get started with all this. I mean, I say questions give me job security all the time. Like, I want people to call and ask me questions and be like, what's up? Let's talk about it. Yeah. What else should we ask Brittany? If you were interviewing yourself right now, what would you ask yourself?
Oh my gosh.
How about
maybe like what my biggest challenge is?
Yeah. Okay.
And I guess my biggest challenge that I've been really working on is just like stepping out of my comfort zone and talking to people. And once you start talking to people, for me, it just comes super natural. And I'm like, why am I fighting this? Why am I, not thinking that this is what I was made for? Why am I thinking like this is not, what I was meant to do? Because when I do it and it happens and I see the results, I get, filled with so much joy for myself and for the people that I'm helping. And that's what it's about at the end of the day, is helping people. So
I think it's really a mindset thing that you have to like wrap around with it, that like, I'm not reaching out to somebody to be bothersome. I'm reaching out to say like, hey, how can I help you move forward? And with what we do, I mean, that can look like a million different things. Right. That can be helping them buy something. That can be helping them sell something. That can be an investment property. That can be helping them figure out what their house is worth so they can go refinance. I mean, it doesn't always necessarily just have to be us sticking a sign in the yard.
That's part of it.
Yeah. Even from a vendor standpoint, I mean, that's a great value that we bring as realtors. I know that you've helped people with that, saying, like, hey, I need my roof redone, or hey, I want to remodel my kitchen. Who would you recommend? I mean, realtors, like, we juggle a lot of different stuff coming into it.
Exactly. So we juggle a lot of things. But at the end of the day, if you're genuine with it and you're really trying to help people, it'll show. And then you'll get rewarded for it.
Yeah. So another thing that we talked about in Ignite, and Brittany just finished our Ignite series a couple of weeks ago, so that's our post-licensing class. This guy named Dylan teaches it. I think he does a pretty okay job with all of it. And one of the first things that we talk about is value proposition. Brittany, why should someone work with you as their real estate agent?
I think someone should work with me as their real estate agent because I give it 110% when I'm working with somebody. I give it my all, and I try to do right by them and give them the best deals, find out the most information. If I don't know an answer, I have a plethora of people who have years of experience that I can reach out to. So I think that would be the number one reason is just, generous, not generous, I'm trying to think of the word, genuine. I'm genuine, and I am really trying to help people.
You're generous.
Yes, I'm generous and I'm genuine. Okay, but just really trying to help people, and that's really my goal.
Yeah,
is to help someone to achieve their goal of buying or selling or investing. I'm here to help.
Right. Yeah. And I will say to Brittany's, a review testament with all of it. So we had a buyer that she's working with last week, right? Into last week. And let me just say that, like, Brittany really does want people to get in the best situation possible. So we were working on putting an offer in for this buyer, and Brittany came in, was saying, I need a little bit of help. I mean, she was in there calling loan officers, calling the other agent, reaching out, doing all this research, figuring out the numbers financially. Like, it's not just a walk in and be like, oh, this house is pretty. Let me write it up. Have a great life. I mean, there's a lot more that's involved. So, and I've seen that from you from, like, day one. Yeah. I mean, with all of it. I mean, any buyer and seller, she has another set of sellers, and they're also buying that she's working with. Yes. And, I mean, she has, I don't know how many times you've been over to that house.
You've given it my all.
And let's just say it, there's lots of things to see in this business, and Brittany's been seeing lots of things in these past couple of weeks. And so
stand by for episode 3.
Yeah, I know. Well, hey, that's a good question we can bring up in here because people probably want to see that. What's the craziest thing you've seen so far in real estate, Brittany?
I think
that you can say without pointing towards anything specifically.
One thing I saw was there was a grave, like a human grave, in someone's house that I showed. Not outside. But
oh my God, I was about to say. I'd be like, no, that's a hard no. That's a no.
I mean, I didn't even know that was legal.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. So check that off my list.
Yeah.
See, somebody had a grave in their backyard. And then the other thing would be like just the plethora of maybe like animals that people would acquire into their home. People love animals.
Yeah.
I love animals, but I've seen a different types of animals, I guess would be the different.
Not your average kitty cat or puppy dog.
Kitty cat, puppy dog.
Yeah.
So anyway.
You never know what you're going to get into.
You don't. You can write everybody by a year, probably 1 or 2, they can probably write a book about their experiences in real estate. And I think we'd all, actually, maybe we should do that.
We should.
Maybe we should start collabing on a book.
That's it. Coming 2027, y'all buckle up on there.
Real estate oddities. That's for real. We could probably do that.
Yeah.
Coffee table book with different stories. Let's do it.
There ain't no telling what would come out of this. We could have a whole series, let alone just a book. Shoot.
Oh my gosh.
On the grave situation made me think one of our other agents, she sold a house, I guess it was probably last year that was on there, but it was on acreage, so it wasn't just like a small like little yard. Like I think it had a couple of acres that was being sold with it. And apparently there was a grave on that property, but like the sellers didn't even know that there was a grave on that property, and so the buyers bought it, and then they're out there like checking out all their woods and their acreage and everything, and there's just a random tombstone that's just like here lies so and so, and they're like, we don't know if this is like a cat, a dog, a goldfish, a human, like we don't know what it is, and we're not digging nothing up because absolutely not.
Oh my gosh.
So. There's no telling what you're going to see with all of it. I mean, that literally could be a whole series in itself about the craziest stuff that we've seen in real estate. So one of the other ones made me think of this is totally left field from what we're talking about on there, but it's just something crazy.
That's what we do.
So we had another one of our agents. We're telling these stories. So if you're listening to this and you end up being one of these clients, like we love you. We're glad that you worked with us at KW, and we got a great story. So you do you. But everybody lives a little differently. So one of our agents had a listing that they took, and part of the value that we provide as agents is we go through with a listing specifically and give you pointers on, maybe we should do this, do that, maybe we should paint this, maybe we should move some furniture out, do all the different things. So this particular situation, they happened to have something in their bedroom that was a little bit different.
Okay.
And you want to take a guess, Brittany, as to what it was? I don't know if I've told this story or not.
I don't know. Is it Silver?
Part of it, I guess. I don't really know.
I don't even know why. Does it start with P and end with O? Is it a pole?
What?
What is it?
Lines on there for it. God, I'm probably breaking the volume in all this. They had a trapeze bar hanging above the master bed in one of these.
Okay, well, pole, trapeze bar, whatever you're into, we don't care.
I mean, it's a little bit different, but
I've never heard of that.
this is the perfect room to hang out in, we got a great description going on with all that. There's no telling what comes from this junk. But anyways, they decided that they didn't want to remove that for the listing pictures, and so that was just out there in the open. But I mean, hey, you're probably going to attract a certain kind of buyer with that, and that's great,
That's it. Oh,
make it work. So I'm telling y'all, there's no telling what you're going to see when you get into all of this mess.
But it's so fun, and all these clients are different, and you learn to love them all just differently. It's kind of like your kids, they're all different.
Yeah.
You just love them differently. So, yeah.
I mean, same deal with clients, same deal with real estate agents too. And every agent has a different value proposition. Yep. They have a different flavor that they bring to it, and it's not a one size fits all. And so, I've had a lot of people that ask me, especially when they're thinking about getting into the business, when they're thinking about going through our real estate school programs, they're like, "Oh, well, there's 5 million agents out there. Is it even worth it for me to get my license and get up and going?"
Yes.
And I always say absolutely. And the reason for that is, number one, everybody's different. So there's a different way you're going to approach business. So the way I do things is different than how Brittany does things. It's different than how anybody else here is going to do things. And also, when you look at getting started in this, you don't know all the same people as these other agents. Right. Brittany doesn't know all of my peeps. I don't know all of Brittany's peeps. Everybody has their own crew that they connect with and your own database and where you come from. And I think that's a great thing that you can take advantage of. Because, Brittany, for example, you've got kids that are in sports, so you've got all the teen parents, the teen moms, the school system, all that you can tap into. People that you worked with from the orthodontics deal over the years, that's people you can tap into. That's a whole different set, whereas, before I got into real estate, I worked at the YMCA for 4 years. Yeah. So, I've got friends and connections from there, from college, from high school, that we probably don't really overlap with all that many people.
No.
So another thing for us too that I feel like is a perk at KW is we don't look at each other as competition in the midst of any of this. It's very much a collaborative environment. Let's all grow together because I'm not worried about who Brittany knows and gets up and going. Brittany's not worried about who I know and get up and going. So if we can help each other out, we would much rather do that. And I think that's something that makes us pretty unique and special.
It does. I love it. I love it here so much. I'm so thankful for this place. Yeah. And you.
Yeah, well, we're thankful for you too, Brittany. You just a good one, just shining star up in here. So, anything else that you can think of that you want to share about?
I can't think of anything.
About getting started, about the business yourself?
No, I just think you should, if you're even thinking about it, we are having is this going in January?
So this will be posted in January, but we are doing monthly career nights, so that will continue. Yeah. Pre-license classes, we have those starting in January. We also have an online school, so if you're interested in that, you can contact me or you can contact Brittany, and you can also contact Brittany for any buying or selling needs in North Georgia if you're reaching out and thinking about that.
Yes.
How would they get in contact with you, Brittany, if they needed to talk to you?
Call me at 770-530-6460 or shoot me an email. It's Brittany Goss at BrittanyGossHomes.com.
Perfect. And you're on social media too,
and Facebook, Instagram.
Right.
And I think my handles are just my names.
Well, there we go. So, look at Brittany Goss. Go give her a follow. She's great. We're expecting big things out of her in the future. She's going to be selling 25 homes next year, if not more. Yes. So, if you want to be one of those clients, let's get you up and going. If you have any need for coaching, getting anything else up and going, I'm always here to help support with that. Would love to get you in and involved with that. And this is it. Yeah. So this is the first official episode of Chillin with Dylan podcast, where we're spilling all the real tea. So there we go. So this has been great. Thank you so much, Brittany, for taking time to talk with me. I'm sure you'll be on here again in the future.
I hope so. This was so fun.
We'll do another one at the end of next year for sure. We're going to be remember when we were filming this back in November of 2025?
I love that.
I'm gonna be like, I had to block out time on her calendar. I had to call and speak to her secretary to try to get on them books over there because she big money.
I love
So,
that.
yeah, awesome.
Okay.
Cool. Well, thanks.
Right,
Appreciate you. And y'all stay tuned for the next episode of Chillin' with Dylan. There ain't no telling what kind of craziness that we're going to get into next. So, we'd love to see you there.